Thank you for joining this episode of the Night Watch Show. Today we will discuss tweets, specifically those from Elon Musk regarding Tesla stock and the implication this has on investors and the stock market in general. As listed on the Tesla.com website, Elon Musk is the co-founder and CEO of Tesla, a publicly traded company in America with a $129 billion market cap. He certainly holds tremendous responsibility to shareholders, to customers, and to the market as a whole. When he tweeted this Friday, May 1st, 2020 at 11 a.m. in the middle of a horrible day in the US stock market that, quote, Tesla stock price is too high, IMO, it had massive consequences for investors in what is already a tumultuous, pandemic-ravaged market and what is already a very bad day in the stock market in America. So let's just review briefly some of the tweets that led up to the critical tweet, which resulted in billions of dollars in lost investor money on Friday, on what was already a horrible day in the market. So it starts by some seemingly obscure yet harmless tweets. Elon Musk tweets, I am selling all US. Then he tweeted, my girlfriend is mad at me. Next was, just one stipulation on sale. I own Gene Wilder's old house. It cannot be torn down or lose any of its soul. Some slight edits as I read these to you so that they make sense to everybody. And the next tweet, rage against the dying of the light of consciousness. In air, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now give people back their the $14 billion tweet. Tesla stock price is too high, IMO. So basically proclaiming to the world that Tesla, the company that he co-founded and that he is CEO of, is overvalued. And that was at now responses on Twitter. If you go through it, and I'll edit out some of the profanity, people are just quite upset, especially investors and customers, people that own the cars and also invest in shares in the company itself because they believe in Elon Musk and they believe in Tesla. WTF, Elon, you own the company. You can't say blank like this. You just cost me thousands of dollars within seconds. I'm a Model 3 owner, long stock owner, and you do this. Extremely disappointing. Another tweet from Elvis. Dude, I just lost 10K because of this tweet. WTF is wrong with you? Okay, just reviewing a few more here. I've owned Tesla for 10 years, and when it hit 900 this week, far higher than any market analyst has ever predicted it would go, I was poised to sell. I've just upped my shares. At Elon Musk, market. Interesting point. Another tweet. What is wrong with you? This tweet alone just cost me over 300 pounds. I literally have half my savings in Tesla stocks, only 4 stocks. But that is going to be all my funds when I go into this year. Just because you don't care if you lose money, stop screwing over your shareholders. I misquoted that a bit just to make sense of it to everybody. And it goes on and on and on. Here's another interesting tweet. Elon, I am a Tesla supporter, owner, and investor. I bought into your earnings report and purchased a large number of shares at or near the peak price. Now I have lost almost 25. Your thoughtless comment has materially impacted me. I trust you with my retirement. And it goes on, and I'll spare you the ongoing tweets, but of course you can look it up yourself and find all of the feedback from so many. And the point of all of this is truly, as the CEO of a publicly traded company that involves massive consumer trust, this is an automobile company, a company manufacturing cars that people are driving in, making decisions that affect people's lives physically in reality in terms of motor safety, and also people's retirement funds and their investments and their 401ks and IRAs and everything else, and to proclaim to the world that your company is worth less than the current valuation and thereby drive the stock down is really truly quite a concern. Factors the market was down, but normally over the last quite a bit of time, Tesla's been pretty solid, and even on down days, it's down slightly or even up a little bit. So most likely that the drop in share value was predominantly due to the tweet, which led to over $14 billion in losses for Tesla shareholders in just one day. More than 10% of the value of the company gone in a single day. While this may be a small price to pay for many institutional investors and those with huge portfolios and millions or billions in cash reserves, for the average investor in America or globally, many who are also loyal Tesla customers and many who drive Tesla cars themselves, this was truly quite devastating. While we all realize this is a time of chaos in global markets, and the markets have likely already priced in the pandemic, meaning the market has already taken into account how bad things are in the world and all other currently known factors, investors are aware of the current level of risk in the market, I would say. But what is not factored into the market and to the share price of Tesla and other companies around the world, in my opinion, is CEOs suddenly, unexpectedly tweeting, proclaiming publicly that their share price is too high, that their company is overvalued, and therefore driving their stock plummeting as a result of that tweet. Is that legal? Is that okay? And if so, any stock you own, no matter how solid your analysis may show and other professional advice may lead you down a path of investing in it, what happens when that tweet comes and suddenly the stock plummets? And it may plummet more next week. It may stabilize. We really don't know. And there could be more tweets. So for me personally, just on a personal note, I placed the majority of my daughter's college fund and my personal IRA in Tesla, which proved to be a good decision until the tweet on Friday. I'd factored in market volatility, the pandemic, and other known factors. But having the co-founder and CEO actually tweet to intentionally drive the stock down, which was obviously the outcome, was really truly unexpected. So what does this mean moving forward? Must investors into Tesla now need to price into the stock price that the CEO may at any time make public proclamations that the company is overvalued or other negative statements which will drive down the share price even further? Or who knows what else could be stated? So just a quick recap of some of the news. Someone on Twitter sent a message to Elon Musk that he replied to, and her name is Mary. She said, "Are you doing it because you need the cash, or is this to protest the world burning down?" And that had a lot to do with selling all of his possessions and not owning a house. Elon Musk replied, "Don't need the cash, devoting myself to Mars and Earth. Possessions just weigh you down." So essentially, according to BBC News, Elon Musk's tweet wipes 14 billion off of Tesla's value. 3 billion of that came from Musk himself. That's how much he lost, which is probably just a little bit of money to Elon Musk. But the other 11 billion came out of the investments of regular working families around the world. And some are, of course, large-scale institutional investors and extreme wealthy clientele of major firms and so on. But a lot of those investors are just regular working families that can't afford to lose money because of a CEO's tweet essentially disparaging his own company. Looking at Daily Mail online, some facts that were pointed out. Baffled experts say the lack of precedent makes the legality of the tweet unclear. I do believe that most likely regulators will probably find a way to dig into this tweet, and whether it's unclear or not, there's probably going to be quite an effort to pursue some type of legal action, specifically by the SEC. Musk hints in an interview that company lawyers did not review the tweet, and it's important to note that last year, Musk reached a $40 million settlement with the SEC over tweets from 2018. In 2018, he was basically sued by the SEC after he tweeted that he had funding secured to take Tesla private. And at that point, there was market turmoil that ensued. U.S. investors and other investors lost a lot of money. There was a big fine to Elon Musk. And at one point, someone named Nota Robot on Twitter tweeted to Elon Musk, "How about that one that cost you 20 million? How was the like ratio on that one?" Basically asking, did he make money or not? What was the ratio of the fine to the profit? And Elon Musk replied simply, "Worth it." So, essentially it seemed at that point that although he paid a heavy fine, despite the heavy fine, Elon Musk actually profited from that transaction, essentially the tweet that caused market chaos, that led to a big fine, and ultimately a lot of profit. So at this point, there's quite a bit of uncertainty. According to The Verge, there's a lot of investigation and talk on really the legality and the investigation regarding the tweet and whether or not it's legal. So all in all, we have to really reflect, going back to 2018 when Elon Musk proclaimed that he was taking Tesla private or considering doing so at 420 per share, and it was later determined the tweet had no basis. That led regulators to impose, in addition to the financial consequence and the fines, also there was a process where he wasn't supposed to tweet such things anymore. So what just happened on Friday is certainly a tweet that seems to be without the advice of counsel and probably will lead to serious consequences. At least that would be quite foreseeable. So at this point, the question is, what will Musk tweet next? And was there an underlying self-serving reason for the tweet? Was there some type of a underlying reason to drive the share price down for some type of corporate buyback or other unforeseen reason? Is it just playing with the market, not really concerned about the average investor who barely is making ends meet and put their little bit of money they're able to set aside into the stock and not worrying about what they may lose? Or is it truly just a direct observation of his lack of confidence in the valuation of Tesla, feeling the company is not worth what the market feels it's worth, and essentially putting into question the true valuation of the company? In any case, we must now consider, when buying stocks in this day of tweets that can change the world, it seems, we must factor into our decisions into investments that CEOs of any company, including Tesla, could at any point send out a tweet that would undermine the company's valuation at any time. No matter how solid the financials may be, all it takes is a tweet, a lack of confidence, and suddenly the stock dives, which also leads the question into hacking. What if someone hacks the account of a CEO, and in hacking the account of the CEO sends out some damaging information regarding the valuation of the stock, regarding other concerns, and suddenly the stock is plummeting? So it's quite a concern, obviously, that could happen. But in this case, it appears to be the real Elon Musk. We don't know what will come out next. In this week ahead, the stock may stabilize. It may drop further. There could be subsequent quotes. Elon Musk may tweet that was just a joke. That's not what he meant. Who knows exactly what will happen? But I think at this point, investors have to realize that there is certainly instability in the CEO's tweeting, and that it does have a profound effect on the stock to lose 10% when the company just finished a very strong earnings report recently that drove the stock up, and this essentially erased all of those gains. It certainly is quite a concern. Just a little sidetrack here, just to show you, you may wonder what this is. It is a rolled up pair of socks. And as a Tesla fan myself, I think you might be able to see this, that this is a pair of Tesla socks, authentic Tesla socks purchased on Amazon.com. They have many colors available. And here's another set of Tesla socks that I actually used to wear. I don't know if I will anymore. Owning Tesla stock, having lost some money, I actually was in talks with a salesperson with Tesla just this last week, and he left me a couple follow-up messages. I'm supposed to go online to the website and possibly make a deposit and pre-order a car. And I was really thinking about doing that, believing in Elon Musk, believing in the company, believing in the car, believing in the autopilot and SpaceX and the Boring Company and everything that Elon Musk is involved in. But now that this has happened, it makes me kind of wonder, is that the right decision? Is this a company that the CEO is going to just become unraveled and things are going to fall apart? I still must say that I have a lot of confidence in Elon Musk. I haven't written him off or Tesla off. I do believe things will stabilize. I do believe that he will probably make a statement to help clear up what he just stated. I don't think this is the end of the world, the end of Tesla. I don't mean to overblow the situation, but $14 billion lost because of a tweet is quite unfair to the average person, quite unfair to investors around the world, to purchasers and fans of the company and its products. And hopefully Elon Musk will fix this with some type of a corrective tweet. I do maintain confidence that he'll do so, and in the growth of the company. I probably will not sell the stocks. I may regret it. Who knows? There may be panic sales next week, but I'll probably hang in there. I might even buy more stock, but I am concerned. I am worried. I think it's unfair. There should be rules against that. It should not be legal. Perhaps the SEC should take away Elon's Twitter account at this point if he can't control himself on tweets. There are a few others out there that probably shouldn't have Twitter accounts as well. I'll skip their names. That's probably the subject of other episodes. But thank you very much for joining this episode of the Night Watch Show. Please post any comments or questions. I do my best to reply to all of those just as quickly as possible. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to hear from you soon via comments. Thank you for joining the show. Goodbye.